Welcome back, everyone, to Blender. I am your host, the Housecode Gamer, and today, there is a bit of a modeling update. You might have noticed there's a few more Lyran ships. Well, mining ship, makeshift carrier, because Lyrans need something to carry their pseudo fighters, and an interstellar Concordium cargo ship. Making these was not easy. But let's take a look at the combat ships of the interstellar Concordium. They're going to be the meat of this entire little vid. Mostly because, well, almost every ship you see here is going to be involved with the ISE in some way or fashion. The ISE frigate, which kind of looks like the Defiant class, with a few modifications. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, this thing inspired the Defiant class. The ISE destroyer. Making this was not exactly easy. But there's a difference between easy and, well, you get the idea. The ISE light cruiser. Yeah. It was not easy. My personal favorite of the lot, of course, is the ISE heavy cruiser, which I don't believe actually has a name, but then again, do any of them? Do they just have type designations? Because, yeah. Anyway, none of these ships are to scale. For example, this is the ISE Advanced Destroyer. So, it should be the same size as the ISE Destroyer, right? Well, here's the Star Cruiser, the Advanced Cruiser. It is significantly smaller than it's supposed to be. The ISE Carrier, of course. Some curves. I left some of it blocky intentionally. This was mostly because every time I tried to bevel, it wanted to go, "Hi, screw you, you're not going to cooperate." I try to modernize these things, they just don't want to cooperate. Of course, it didn't help that I was working with 40-year-old models. If somebody could get me a proper ornithograph of these ships, I'd be happy. Which is exactly how the ISE Dreadnought turned out. Somebody actually did make an ortho of this thing. And, well, it probably turned out to be the best of the lot. Though my personal favorite is going to remain the Heavy Cruiser, because it's the most iconic one of the lot. Now, hopefully, once some texturing issues are dealt with by our good friends at Home Trek, these boats should be made available in the Homeworld 3 version of the mod. And then we shrink down to smaller vessels, which will also be included as part of the Interstellar Concordium faction. Because they need starships, and thanks to Shapeways closing down, I can't get any images of the SFB models to work with. Whoever decided that was a good idea, you deserve to be smacked. Anyway, Dirk Frigate, Cutlass, I think it's the Cutlass. Anyway, Frigate, Destroyer, Light Cruiser, Heavy Cruiser. I love the Blackjack. And yes, they're all blocky. That's kind of intentional. Well, for the most part. You see, it's easier to weld flat pieces of paneling together than curves. And, well, the Orion Pirates are just that. Pirates. So in order to do some raiding, they're going to need to make maintenance as simple and easy as possible. And, building these bloody things. The Kingpin Dreadnought. Yeah, all of these ships are in scale with one another. They're just not in scale with the rest of the fleet here. And of course the privateer, scabbard, whatever it is, carrier, freighter thing. But now we move on to the final Starfleet ships for the TOS-1. Because I've been planning on dealing with these things for a while, I kept putting it off at the request of, everybody. So let's take a look at the boats. First off, the Twin Moons, the Fast Destroyer. My recommendations for all the fast ships, the ones with the arrowheads for the saucer sections, is to add a couple of Gatling phasers for every phaser array, except for this one. This one I recommend is gonna get 4. Because, well, its rear aspect is kind of weak, and it's gonna need more guns. Next up, of course, a Constitution type. In this case, the Wolverine class fast cruiser. Now I took some artistic license here and just hollowed out the inside, added more heat sinks. Still plenty of room for plasma conduits and the like, but all that heat needs to be vented into space. These ships are pretty fast. In fact, hang on. Fine, wireframe mode. There are little recesses in each ship. Well, each of these ships. These are heat sinks. Because they're fast ships. Speed equals heat. Heat equals bad things. Anywho. The Wolverine is probably the simplest to do. I mean, outside of just tinting their animation to blue, they're pretty simple. But then, of course, there's the magnum opus of the lot, the most powerful fast ship, the Fast Dreadnought, the Concordat. Now, I didn't make any modifications to it outside of, well, tacking on another engine. Tacking on the warp nacelle. No modifications to the saucer section, but then again, the fast ships are supposed to be fast at warp speed. Though, with a bit of tweaking, they could probably be made very fast at sublight as well. I also made some fighters, but I'm not going to showcase them here. Mostly because, well, small scale. And absolutely none of these ships are in scale with one another. Well, hopefully, Nathalis, or Nathanalus, or the head dev of Home Track, can get his act together. I know, he's busy. He's got a lot of things to do. And I'd paint these things myself, but Aztecing gives me headaches. And here's the question, do you want me to keep making vids, or would you like a few months of me not doing anything because my keyboard was destroyed by something unfortunate? I think we all know what the unfortunate is. Anyway, I will be packaging these and other starships up for my, well, not just Star Trek Bridge Commander, but Homeworld, and basically I'm just going to put these things up on ModDB. Put them up in a package, and then you can 3D print or use them in other mods. The only thing I care about is put in some credit, apply your own textures, have fun. Housecoat Gaming, signing off.